Item number 10 is the acceptance of the canvass of the election for the bond. I'm concerned about the outcome of the election because I'm concerned that the town may have illegally interfered in the election. No matter which side of the bond or any election you're on, you should be concerned if we can't trust the integrity of our elections. I'd like to talk about why I'm concerned about the town's interference in the election. We heard from a speaker tonight. Some of his comments I'll reiterate. But there was an individual or a group, I don't know who put the signs up, but there were signs around town that were opposed to the bond. And they had various reasons on them for opposing the bond. And my understanding is the gentleman put them up over a period of about a day. And the following day, the signs were gone. Turns out the town instructed town employees to take those signs down immediately, urgently, without delay. So the individual or the group or whoever put them up retained an attorney. And their attorney sent a letter to the town and said these signs are legal and you're interfering with free speech, you're interfering with an election. And the town responded. And I'm going to read the response. I was given the response that this group received by them with the approval of their attorney. So this is a letter from the town attorney to the attorney representing the person that put up the signs. It says, while I strongly disagree with a number of legal and factual assertions you make in your letter, this notice is to let you know that the town will not remove, and it has the gentleman's name I'm not going to say, will not remove his signs for failing to provide a contact name on the sign. So one day the gentleman puts up the signs. They're illegal, and they're such a danger and a harm to the public that we need to take them down immediately, expediently, at all cost. They need to be gone right now. The next day, we don't agree with the reasons that his attorney claims that they're legal. We claim that those reasons are questionable. I guess you could say that we think they're still illegal. But even though they're still illegal, because we disagree with the reasons they've stated for making them legal, it's okay to leave them up now. Not a problem. Yesterday they're illegal, and it's urgent we need to get rid of them. Now they're still illegal, but they're okay to stay up. I'm not clear on that, but that's what the letter says. As time went on, there were Freedom of Information Act requests given to the town regarding these signs and how they came to disappear. And part of what was handed out per the Freedom of Information Act was we got a voicemail from a town engineer, not a code compliance officer, a town engineer. And I listened to the voicemail when it came out. And I don't have a transcript of it here, but it's available to anybody else who wants to ask for it. It's public information. But the message says something to the effect of, this is so-and-so. I'm in my truck. I'm driving through the town. I'm on this corner. And I see a sign. And it says, don't trust the mayor, no on the bond. Something to that effect. He says, I don't think it has any fine print on it saying who put the sign up. I think it might be an illegal sign. You've all seen signs on the street from your vehicle. You looked on the corner of the street. I would imagine most of you have probably noticed that they didn't have the name of who paid for the sign that's written in about quarter-inch print from your vehicle. He finishes his voicemail to code compliance. I also think I might have seen another one over on another corner. I don't think it had the name on there of who paid for it either. We probably need to check on these and get those removed because they might be illegal signs. Makes sense. I can imagine the town engineer. That'd be a high priority. That's something he'd want to be on top of. Driving past a sign at 30 miles an hour, maybe sitting at a red light with his binoculars. Be right on top of that. I would imagine all town employees are on top of that sort of thing, not just code compliance. They need all the help they can get. So I'm concerned when I see that. And then I look through the emails that were communicated back and forth between town employees. These were also part of the Freedom of Information Act request. There's one email that went out to not only code compliance officers, but to other town employees. We got to get these signs down. I may be looking for volunteers to work overtime. Now, I believe that means we're going to pay you time and a half to help get these signs down this weekend. We got to get them down now. We're willing to pay overtime. These signs are a danger to the town, it sounds like. We need to be on them right now. Now, I don't know if anybody accepted overtime or not. I haven't finished going through all the emails. A few years ago in Reed versus Gilbert, went all the way to the Supreme Court because Gilbert chose to enforce laws based on the content on signs, and we lost. You'd think we wouldn't be doing it again. So I look at this election, as I'm concerned, as election interference, and when I first heard about this, the gentleman that put the signs up, he sent emails to some or all of the council. He sent an email to me, so I knew about him. And I looked at it, and I was curious. At first I thought, well, this must be something seriously wrong, and they apparently had some deficiency that made them potentially illegal. So as I was driving to work that day, this is the day where the signs came down. They went up one day. We used half the town to take them down the next day. I'm driving to work that day. Okay, I'm driving from Pecos and Lindsay to Baseline and McQueen. That's my drive to work. Okay, that morning, as I'm driving, I'm looking around to make sure the town is safe from any illegal signs. And as I'm driving that 10-mile drive, on that day, this is the day following, we took down essentially every one of these illegal signs. Here are the signs that I passed that I made a note of as I was driving. I wrote it down, okay, because I was just curious. Hopefully we don't have any of these. I probably should have called code compliance. We had a sign that said Christmas lights installation. I couldn't see a name from my car on that sign, so I'm assuming it was an illegal sign. Frankly, it'd be illegal anyway, because it's not a political sign. You can't put it up. I see another sign, and I wrote down nometh.com, but it's a sign to get away from meth addiction. It's got a phone number and a website on it. I find a sign that says cash for diabetic strips. I was curious what those were for. I understand they use those to manufacture illegal drugs. That sign's up. I get up there around Guadalupe and Cooper. I see a sign advertising discount adult toys. I had to take a picture of that one. I find another one, cash for your house today. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 different signs on my 10-mile drive to work. I shudder to think how many of these signs are endangering the town. If you go through the rest of the town, all of these illegal signs. I didn't see any emails offering overtime to take these signs down. I didn't hear any voicemails from the town attorney, the town whatever else. None. I don't know why. I mean, I guess these signs are okay, but signs that say don't trust the mayor, no on the bond, those create a danger for the town. I was driving to this meeting tonight, just now, hour ago. Lindsay and Pecos, that's where I live. I drive to here, what's that, 4 miles? As I'm driving, keep in mind a political sign can be up for a very specific number of days after the election. The day's passed. Those signs are no longer legal. They can't be up. I passed 4 different signs that said yes on question 1. Now, what do you suppose question 1 is? Those signs are okay. Those signs are still up. Nobody's out working overtime tonight to get those signs down.